Hello! This is part 2 of Rainbow tries his hardest to get cancelled by every AUT player MBT style. This time, I'm going to be tackling specs. Now, figuring out stereotypes for specs was a lot harder than it was for stands. That's mostly because, as this is primarily a JoJo game, the specs don't get a lot of representation by the players who would much rather road roller someone for the 100th time than look at what a Gaster is. However, I, the eternal knight of Omnitrix mains everywhere, all 4 of us, am here to fix that. Before I get started, I would like you to look at this graph. You know what it means. Standless. There is 2 kinds of standless player. There's the people who just joined and don't know what a cursed orb is, or the people who think they're really good at PvP. Just as long as someone time stops, or time erases, or teleports, or does anything. But hey, you've got a 100-0 track record against dummies. Dawn. You suck. I'm sorry, you're just so bad at this game. I have never seen a good Dawn player. I always 3-0 them in 1v1s. Either you actually have terrible internet, or you pretend to have terrible internet as a John.
Please, no Johns.
Either way, you haven't won a 1v1 in almost 8 months. X-Chara. Despite being an Undertale fan, you're not actually that annoying. Sure, you might say some weird stuff here and there, but you're generally a nice person. Doesn't stop you from having 0 IRL friends though. Thank you, Plane! Can you fuck off? Thank you. Sans. Now, you can go die in a hole. You're if the trolling aspect of Whitesnake was just quarantined from the rest of the stand, given life, and told to watch 5 hours of Stronger Than You parodies on YouTube. Attain women, please. Sakuya. You're coping. Sakuya was good on launch, but she got nerfed like 4 times to the point where she's borderline unplayable now. That, or you just have her for the Cursed Orb quest. In which case, she isn't your main is Star Platinum. Omnitrix.
Mama, どうしてパパ埋められちゃうの？
エリシア。
そんなことしたらパパお仕事できなくなっちゃうよ。
エリシ
パパお仕事いっぱいあるって言ってたもん。やだよ。埋めないでよ。パパ。
殉職で2階級特進。ヒューズ準将か。私の下について助力すると言っていた奴が上に行ってどうする。バカ者が。
大佐。
錬金術師というのは嫌な生き物だな。注意。今頭の中で人体錬成の理論を必死になって組み立てている自分がいる。あの子らが母親を錬成しようとした気持ちが今ならわかる気がする。
大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫だ。いかん。雨が降ってきたな。
いいえ、雨なんて。
いや、雨だよ。
そうですね。戻りましょう。ここは冷えます。
Rest in peace, King. Gojo. You're a weeb, but not in a watashi wa chikashitsu ni sunde imasu sort of way. No, you act exactly like a Dragon Ball fan, but you think Dragon Ball is for losers. You unironically talk about whether or not Saitama could beat Goku, and by talk about, I mean call anyone who disagrees with you racial slurs. You're subscribed to like 15 different power scalers on YouTube who all hate each other because they disagree on where to scale Topo. And you're the only person watching this video who knows who Topo is. Good job. Gaster. So, take all of the social awkwardness that X-Chara players have and give it 70 pounds of cocaine. The result is you. You can only communicate in cryptic, and by cryptic I mean ominous, messages. Your avatar certainly has some sort of edgy face on it, and you probably have Undertale porn somewhere on your computer. Your parents do not love you. Unfortunately, you're not socially aware enough to notice that they don't love you. Sorry. Goku. I'm not gonna say anything here, I don't condone bullying toddlers. Broly. You get off to popping legendary. Like, not even metaphorically, you physically have to change your underwear after each 1v1. Your parents aren't very happy about the amount of money they spend at the dry cleaner. Killua. Repeat what I said about Gojo, but you're 5 years younger and 5 times more racist. Reaper. You'd imagine Reaper players to be like the edgiest of the edgelords, but they surprisingly aren't. You see, there's two kinds of Reapers. There's the main game Reaper, who probably doesn't even know what game they're playing, and then there's the Godsend Turbo Super Giga-Chad Casual Stopping Reaper main who only plays 1v1s. I've gone up against one of these before, and it did not end well. Also, if you use Reaper, it means you use Urzon. No one uses the obtainable version. Yasuo. Wow, a katana? With Genshin Impact skins? And edgy dialogue? GOG, I wonder what Rainbow's gonna say here. Yeah, you're a weeb. Like, super weeb. Like, body pillows practically standing up by themselves levels of weeb. You either live in your parents' basement, or you're a Discord mod whose apartment is more takeout container than furniture at this point. Yone. Yone is interesting, because Yone actually has a lot of variations when it comes to its skins. For example, 3-mop style is for people who play Whitesnake, aka unfunny people trying to be funny. Default, Raiden, and 3-sword is for edgelords. Of course it's edgelords. Skull-wearing, Satan-worshipping, Tumblr-using, Linkin Park-listening edgelords. If you play TF2, your main is Sniper. Elucidator and Dark Repulsor is an SIO reference, which is a terrible anime that I hate, but you probably haven't seen it if you use this skin. Yeah, you just use it because it's a legendary for your favorite spec. Props to you, I guess. And finally, dual lightsabers is just for normal people. Gun. You're new. That is the only possible reason to be using this thing. Fightsabre. You've been trying to get Brickbattle since it was released, but haven't gotten it yet. Keep trying, buddy. That rocket launcher will spawn one of these days. Brickbattle. You don't have a brain. Like, surgically removed at the age of 2, and have been living without it ever since. God, it must be nice just to press buttons from halfway across the stage and still deal insane damage, huh? Your favorite stand in YBA is either Aerosmith or Seamoon for very obvious reasons. Casey. You use Arthur limbs in a vain attempt to make yourself look funnier than you actually are. Mero Mero. You don't exist. Like, no one has ever used this spec. Why? Because it's fucking terrible, that's why. It drops from the easiest boss with a 100% drop rate, and it isn't even worth it. All of your moves have insane end lag, and while you arguably have the best projectile in the game, is why it does not do nearly enough. Shut the fuck up, Moo. Hornet. You haven't touched 1v1s in months, and it shows. You've adopted the Joestar technique of running away from any possible fight, so your battles have more in common with a Metal Sonic boss fight than anything else. And before you ask, you're the Metal Sonic in this scenario. Anshen. Chad. And I'm not just saying this because I play Anshen, it's just generally a really cool stand to fight with and against. It doesn't have any bullshit, there's no win button, but the moveset is good regardless. As such, you don't have to rely on a, ooh, I pressed F, now I do half of your health, LMAO, easy, 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 some sort of bullshit like that. Umbra. You did not have this when it was unobtainable. Don't lie to me. Also, if you're using the first Drifter skin, it means you're awesome. Otherwise, you're a Yasuo player. Candy Cutlass. You have Frost and you love Stunlock. Also, if you saw my previous Candy Cutlass video, you went into a coma for 8 months out of pure rage and woke up last week thinking it was still Christmas. You also think this spec is way more valuable than it actually is. No, just because you spent 4 hours collecting candy does not mean it's worth more than a pumpkin. And that's the video. Remember to like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, and subscribe with notifications if you really liked it. Oh, and also join my Discord, link in description. Till next time, peace!